Welcome, everybody, to the Nosotros, hermanos podcast. We're doing this episode in Spanish this week.
Hola, bienvenidos a todos. Gracias a venir a este nuestro podcast. Aquí con mi amigo Derek y yo, Joseph Moreno, aquí hablando con ustedes. Ahora vamos a hacer... I'm just kidding, man. I'm going to stop.
Sí. ¿Qué?
Derek was literally like, sí, ¿qué? Man, that was great. I can't wait to listen to myself speak Spanish and be like, who the hell is that guy? I don't know who that is. Derek, man, what is up, brother? Welcome to the We Three Bros podcast,
What's
man.
up?
Thanks for having me on, man. How is everything with you, man? How's the week been treating you? Please tell me that, you were driving, 80 miles per hour down the freeway, doing donuts on the freeway and stuff like that, man. Pretty much like a heist movie, Fast and Furious time,
It was raining on the way home from work today, so nobody know how to drive in the rain, so it was mad slow.
True.
And then the opposite lanes, there was a flipped over car, so worse for the people going the opposite direction. They're already down to 2 lanes because of construction, and I'm sure after that they were down to like half a lane.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, it took a little while to get home from work today, but other than that, not too bad. Didn't really do too much this weekend, so
nothing too wild, man. Didn't watch any good shows. Maybe play some video games, jam some new music albums, man.
I did watch this movie from last year with Jason Statham called Wrath of Man.
Yo, okay, yeah, you did text me.
I don't know if you've heard about it or seen it, but it's actually a pretty decent movie. Like the music is kind of good. The action, of course, is good. Jason Statham always comes with these good action movies. The story's pretty good. It takes a little bit of figure it out because they skip back and forth like 3 months before, 5 months prior, 3 weeks ahead, and it kind of jumps around a little bit. Okay, but then once it starts rolling, it's pretty good. It's a heist movie about these guys that stop armored cars to rob them.
Oh shit!
So he's after a certain crew that does this for reasons that you'd have to watch the movie to see. So I don't want to spoil it.
Is he like police officer or something? Or?
No.
Oh, okay. He's a bad guy. Like he's getting these armored.
I guess he's like,
is he like
kind of like a
chaotic?
They don't really explain what he does, but unless I missed something, maybe if you see it, you'll see something that I missed.
Okay.
But he has like a crew, and I don't know. It doesn't really say what they do. Although, so I don't know. But
just by you describing it, it sounds like Heat, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, it's a little mix of a little bit of everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like all those movies kind of put together.
But it was a decent movie. So yeah, I watched that. I watched another episode of We Own This City, the one on HBO. I don't know if you got the chance to watch any of that yet.
Not yet, man. Not yet.
Yeah, every episode just keeps getting good. So I highly recommend it. Really, really good. And what else did I watch? Expedition Bigfoot, still looking for Bigfoot out there. Your boy, but you're going to meet him here in a little bit. So,
dude, how did the cliffhanger go?
Oh yeah, so, dang, that was what, like 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
So they had the drones. It was the drones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like whatever they saw running, just like the heat signature just disappeared, and the girl got over there, and nothing was there. So who knows, but then they keep like at night, they keep like, so now they're doing like some calls, they have these speakers and they play like what's supposed to be a Bigfoot call.
Yeah.
And they'll get like a response sometimes, which is crazy enough.
Oh shit.
Or like, so like they're in like a valley.
Mm-hmm.
So one guy's up on one ridge, one guy's kind of lower in the ridge, and then the other girl's on the other side of the ridge. And so the guy in the middle, he played the sound, or no, the guy in the top of the ridge played the sound, and the guy in the middle had a parabolic microphone, so he could like listen to see if there's a response.
Yeah. And
the guy in the ridge that played the sound also had a FLIR camera, and he was looking down, and you could see the guy crouched down. You could see his silhouette, and he's holding the parabolic mic. And then above him, like in the tree line, you can see like something hiding behind a tree.
Oh shit!
But then when it cuts to daylight, like it's not really in the tree that he was. It was like on a ridge, but still like the field of view was blocked by a tree. So it's like he knew that this tree was covering him from the guy on the opposite side.
Yeah.
It's I don't it it all seems, you know, I'm not the type to believe in all this stuff, but it
Yeah.
just seems so like if they like, especially with this series, because seems like every season they get more and more evidence.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff I don't know if they're going to revisit it, because like the one guy, he's found like a strand of hair that they sent away to a lab. So I don't know if they'll ever get it identified or whatever.
Oh man.
But it's an interesting show. I like it.
No, man, it sounds fantastic. Speaking of like outworldly things or whatever, I don't know if you saw this recently, but I think like Congress, they had like a session or something like that where they were like sitting there and they're going to like, you know, either disclose or not necessarily disclose, but at least talk about like whether there is extraterrestrial or like unidentifiable like offline objects or whatever.
Yeah.
So like extraterrestrials and stuff. So they're supposed to like not necessarily rule on it, but at least like maybe confirm to say like, oh yeah, there is extraterrestrial, you know, there's life out there, right? I can't say it right now, but or if they're not talking about that, they're going to kind of discuss like, hey, like, you know, what was it? It was either like they were going to discuss like, hey, yeah, this is out there, like they're out there, or like they're like going to disclose some information. I don't know. I think it was like I can't remember when it was, but it was supposed to happen sometime this week, maybe tomorrow or something. But they're supposed to like Congress is supposed to meet and kind of talk about UFOs and like this, you know, whether like finally like confirm or like maybe even define it being like, hey, this is a thing and it's happening, or like we think it's happening, or just be like, guys, this is fake, this is never happening, or something like that. I don't know, but they're supposed to rule on it or talk about it, or they're meeting in Congress. Man, I'm butchering this. I apologize, people out who are listening. I hope they don't, you know, get me mixed up for some like, you know, fake believer or something like that. No,
conspiracy theorist
or something like that. And I'm just saying, like, I saw something recently, and it's kind of glanced at. I was like, I meant to go back and look at it, but apparently they're meeting in Congress and they're talking about UFOs, man. So just trying to decide whether like they're real or they're not real or something. So it was something like that. And I was just like, oh shit, like they need to do one about Bigfoot, man. If not, I'm gonna keep watching because he's gonna come in the back door one of these days. So
yeah, he'll come right into your apartment and take a seat.
Bro, I'll be pissed off. I had beef jerky for him.
Yeah, what's the one? The Sasquatch, the commercial, they did the commercials with
Links?
all the big Jack Links. Yeah, the Jack Links.
Dude, I used to love those. I haven't seen any recent one or like any recent, but like the ones that I used to like whenever he would like grab people and like punt them across. Or he would smack them or punch them or something like that, or like, you know, if somebody threw a rock or try to pretend to like, hey man, here you go, and like take it away from him.
Oh yeah, take it away from him.
And he'd like grab them and like rip their arm off or some shit, and, like hit them with it or something like that. Man, it was they're always absurd and just wild, man. But those commercials were amazing. And it was like one where you thought it was over, and then it would cut, and then it would go back, and then it was him again, like trying to do some crazy shit or whatever. So. Or like he's like punching somebody, kicking somebody, or like just doing like, because you know, like again, he's Bigfoot. He's supposed to have like a crazy amount of strength or something like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna just throw him all over the place. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy, man. So
yeah. So anything you've been watching?
Man, no, just like you know, I think I've kind of talked about that in the podcast, man. Just, you know, I'm moving soon, so most of the things I've been kind of doing is just like getting prepared for moving. I did finish Ozark, which. Man, this is a bad thing. Okay, so I went in. So it's the final season. And I'm not really going to give any spoilers here or anything like that. But I went in and like the second part of season 4, I believe. It just released right a few days ago or like a week ago or something. And so I was like, oh man, I want to watch it. So I decided to sit down and like watch it, right? But I went in watching it thinking that for some reason, and I don't know why, there's so many shows that are doing this right now. I went in watching it thinking that the second part was going to release later this summer.
Oh.
So, like, I went in there and I was watching it like, oh, cool. Like, I'm watching this because they're going to have more seasons to this at some point. And they never. And then next thing you know, I was, like, talking to somebody at work and they were like, oh, no, man, it's over. I was like, what do you mean? No, we're supposed to get another season. They were like, no, Joseph, like, this shit is done. It is over. Like, that's how it ended. And I was like, what the hell? Like, no, man, like, this can't be over. Like, what is going on right now? And so I went back and like did and like sure enough looked at articles and stuff, and they were like, "No, this is over. This is how it ended." And then like people were just like or like there was a bunch of reviews talking about how like the last episode was like one of the worst episodes or worst endings or something like that. And I was like, I completely agree. This ending is horrible. It is straight trash, man. Like nothing good about it or anything like that, man. But it was definitely one of those things where like I was like, oh man, like shit. Like I went in there hoping, like thinking there was gonna be continuation, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. They ended that way because I wonder if no, man, completely wrong. Ended it. It's done. They're not making it anymore. And I was like, son of a bitch, because there's so many shows that are doing that right now. Where they're like, oh, second part's going to come out later this year, or it's going to come out another time, man. But didn't really tie in a lot of loose ends in the series. Overall, man, it is good. It kind of starts off slow, but it picks up. I would say it's a little comparable to like Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad was like it was still better in my opinion. I just think that again, do I think both of them ended kind of terribly, but you can't make anybody happy, right? So I get that, man. And I'm not going to complain about it too much. But sometimes with the series, you just kind of wonder like which way it could have went, man. And so I don't know. I still think that Breaking Bad is probably a better season, or a better show. But no, man, that was something that I kind of picked up and was watching, and I was just like, this is awful. But I am reading a book right now. The book is called Movies and Other Things. It's about it's from an author named Shay Serrano. He has like a 3-series book with. The first one is like basketball and other things, and he just kind of talks about a bunch of different like basketball stuff. But he also has like cool like tidbits and stories, and he makes up his own little like stories about them. And then he has another one called Movies and Other Things, and then he has another book called Hip Hop and Other Things, where he talks about like hip hop artists and stuff, and just kind of goes in there. But the one I'm reading right now is Movies and Other Things, and there was two. What was it? There was 2 stories, or so. One of the stories in the book is like it's divided by chapters. There's like 30 chapters, but each chapter doesn't coincide with every chapter. Like it just like they don't overlap. You could read the book in any order because every chapter is its own individual chapter, except for some of the chapters that are like part 1, 2, and 3, right? Yeah. And so one of the things that they kind of talked about, or one of the things he hypothesized was like he was breaking down the dogs in movies, and he was saying which dog was better, or which actor and dog was better. So it's like John Wick and his puppy. It was like Rocco. So there's a movie called The Drop with Tom Hardy, and so like I think it was James Gandolfini's like final film that he ever filmed, right? But he was in it. Tom Hardy was in it, and it's about this guy who used to be like a hitman for the mob or something, and he kind of got out, but he had like found like solace within this dog or whatever. And then the other movie, what was the other movie? So it was a beagle. It was that pit bull. And I can't remember the third dog. But anyway, so he just kind of hypothesizes and it goes to different criteria. But the chapter that I'm currently on is giving, he's describing like gangster movies and what is the best gangster movie scene in the series or something. Or like in movies, right? And so he's like he's going to a bunch of different gangster movies and he's talking about like, oh, he's talking about this scene or that scene. Like I think in The Untouchables, he talks about like Robert De Niro like bashing somebody's head in, right? There was another one from a movie called The Miller's Crossing, which is like another gangster movie, but it's about this character. I can't remember what it's about, but like that movie talks about some scenes from like Goodfellas and stuff. So it's kind of cool breakdown, man. But that's like a book that I'm reading right now that kind of breaks down all these different chapters and stuff. And again, there's some he had like the author obviously adds his own opinions, talks about like, why this is cool, not cool, and the basketball and other things. One of them that was really cool was like he took NBA players and then imagine having a purge with them. And then like he broke down all the things that would take for that, like why that person would make a good like purge leader or something like that. And like he rated them based on like one of the skills he rated them on was like your survivability, like how well that basketball player you would survive with him. But at the same time, like if you may have like a high rate of survival, but also how selfish is he? And like you would survive, but then would that person turn on you and kill you to use you for supplies or something like that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then like another one, just like, oh, there's one guy who's like very soft, like, oh no, he's a soft basketball player. Like, you know, you wouldn't survive. You'd die one night. And just, it breaks down crazy, man. Like he just makes up all these fictional like criteria as to what makes a good purge leader in the purge or something like that. So that one was pretty cool to kind of like read when he was going through there. So it made me think of like, I wonder like which football players would be really good, you know, during the purge, you know, or something like that. Like for me, like sign me up with Bill Romanowski, right? The linebacker for the Raiders, and I think he played for the Broncos too. Like sign me up with that dude. That dude's gonna, you know, make me survive. Troy Polamalu, 100%. Right. In the purge, you'll survive with Troy Polamalu, right? James Harrison, holy fuck. that dude is a beast, man. You 100% survive with him. Tom Brady, you'd probably die.
Yeah.
You know, Carson Wentz, you'd probably die. You know what I'm saying?
Anyone from
Like
the Cowboys, you probably die.
literally every single one of them. Yeah, they'd all be getting high on cocaine or something like that. I was literally listening to this rapper. His name is Action Bronson. He dropped a recent.
Yeah, I know Action
You
Bronson.
know Action
He's
Bronson,
from New York.
dude. He's from New York, bro.
Queens.
He's from Queens. Love Action
He has
Bronson.
a show, so it was on Vice, and now I think it's just on his YouTube channel. Fuck, that's delicious.
Yes,
Food
sir.
travel show.
Dude, I've seen every season. Like
Me too.
oh, dude,
I haven't watched any of the new stuff on YouTube yet.
I've only watched one. Where he got real skinny and he's like super fit now.
He's been waiting. I follow him on Instagram too. That dude is like dedicated to like getting in shape, and he's busting his ass, and like, man, that's awesome. I love seeing that.
Yeah, man. And so Action Bronson. So one, love F. We should have an episode just talking about all the episodes, man, because the show is great, right? Big Body is one of my favorite characters, like in the show.
Yeah, Body is hilarious.
He is. Did I ever tell you I ran into him in Brooklyn one time?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like I was like walking around Brooklyn, and he was like, "What?" Like, dude, he was on the block, like for real. Like he was.
Yeah,
on the block.
stays on the block though.
Dude, he was on the block with his crew, like all surrounded, just chilling there, man, just like posted up. And I'm like, "Yo, is that Body?" I didn't even say nothing, bro. I just kept looking at him, and I was like, "I'm not saying shit. I'm just gonna walk by, not say nothing. I don't need his goons to fuck me up. Like I don't none of that." But he's hilarious. Mayhem Loren.
Mayhem is awesome. I love Mayhem.
Mayhem is awesome, dude. Mayhem's awesome. What's his face? Alchemist, right? He produces music and stuff like that. He was what I used to be in regards to food. Like he never wants to try nothing new. Like for him, he's
but
like,
then as the seasons go on, he like becomes that guy.
Yeah, he starts trying some different things. But dude, like FS Delicious is awesome. But anyways, I'm digressing. Like Action Bronson just released a new rap album. And it is wild. He uses like animal noises in the production and in the beats and stuff. Dude, it's wild, just absolutely wild, right? But there's a verse on there where he's talking about. He's like, oh yeah, he's like, you can catch me. He's like sniffing cocaine with Michael Irvin, and like I've heard stories. So this is okay. So hear me out, right? So I remember one time, dude, just you meet random people sometimes at random parts of your life, right? Like it ever happens to everybody. But I don't forget, I used to work at this place called Solstice, right? And they sell sunglasses. They're like a competitor to Sunglasses.
Sunglasses
right?
Hut or whatever.
If you know Sunglass Hut, Solstice is their so-called competitor, right? Like they're owned by two different companies and stuff. But I used to work at Solstice, and I remember one time my boss was all like, "Hey Joseph, I need you to come in early next Wednesday because we're gonna have a cleaning guy come in." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." Right? And so I show up early for work or whatever, and there's a guy that comes in, and like I always heard rumors about the Cowboys, and like they were like, always doing a bunch of cocaine, and just like they would, whatever, right? But I'll never forget, I met this guy, and so like this guy came in, he was by himself, like it was a small store, so we didn't need much, and he was by himself, and he was in there, and he was like cleaning up, vacuuming all the corners, and vacuuming all, everything, and he was like cleaning with mirrors and everything, right? And so, me, I always just try to chat it up with him as I'm like trying to open up the store and count money and stuff. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, oh, not much. And we're like rapping and talking back and forth, right? And he comes up, and for some reason, I don't know how, and I can't remember why, he either played football with them, or if he didn't play football, he like worked for the Cowboys organization, or if he didn't work for the Cowboys organization, he just knew somebody that knew somebody. Yeah. But he always partied with the Cowboys. So he's like, oh man, I used to party with the Cowboys all the time. Like, he's like Deion Sanders, when Deion Sanders was on the team, like when Michael, when Troy, when Emmett, when all of them were at the team. Yeah, and he was like talking. He was just like, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, they're all cool people, man. They're good guys. Like some of them could be dicks sometimes, but for the most part, all of them were pretty chill people and stuff, right? And he's like, again, prime '90s Cowboys, right, when they were like cream of the crop, right up there with some of the best teams during that decade. And he was just like, yeah, man, they're all cool. He's like, Michael was cool. He's like, that man did not get away from that table. And I was like, all right, like what you mean? He's like that man would have like, he's like Scarface on the table, and he said he wouldn't move. Like he'd come in, say what's up to everybody, sit down, and would just be there all night, just like doing blow off the table all night or whatever. And I was just like, okay, that's random. I don't know why you're telling me this story, but all right, cool. Let me know more and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, they would have like girls and they would party all the time, and he's like, and Michael would just be sitting there, just doing blow off the table. He's like, he wouldn't leave, man. He would just stay there the entire night. He's like, I didn't mess with that stuff. But Michael man, and he's like, some of the other Cowboys, he's like, there was a few linemen and stuff. He's like, they would just do blow all night, man, from like 11 o'clock at night until 4 in the morning, just chilling, doing blow, man. And I was with them myself. I wouldn't do it, though. I wouldn't do it. I'm not like, dude, you 100% disciplined. You don't got to lie to me. You're just trying to keep your job and be a cool guy or whatever, man. But no, he said he still keeps in touch with some of them and, things. And some people he couldn't really, like, talk about them too much or whatever. But he's like, Michael was like that guy. He's like, Cowboys really did do cocaine. And they did a lot of it. And I was like, well, shit, that's good to know. But anyways, man, I don't know how the fuck we got on this topic. We were talking about Action Bronson, and he said Michael Irvin doing cocaine or whatever. So my man's was wilding. But that's delicious, man. Great show. I love that and Most Expensivest, which is with 2 Chainz. He just goes around and tries the most expensive things ever. It's a great show.
I saw one episode, and I think it was, I don't know who the guy is, but he makes like the big ass 6-wheel trucks, and he made Post Malone's truck.
Yes.
And so he made one for 2 Chainz. That's the only episode I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of Post Malone, he's in that movie I was talking about earlier, Wrath of Man.
Oh, that's a Netflix movie then.
No, I watched it on Paramount. So I don't know.
No, you know what movie I'm thinking of? What's the other one?
But he was only in it for a hot minute. So
it's the one with Mark Wahlberg. There's a movie with Mark Wahlberg that came out. And Post Malone is in prison. Yeah, he just in there for like a small snippet or whatever.
Yeah, so. Same with this one.
Which, if people out there watch Euphoria, I believe that Action Bronson was asked to. So in the show Euphoria, it's on HBO. There's a kid who's like the drug dealer that sells to everybody, and it was supposed to be Action Bronson. Like they wanted him to be in that role and be the drug dealer that sells to teenage kids. And then,
he probably didn't want to have that.
Well, just like you, like, yeah, exactly. Like he says, as soon as they said, like, oh yeah, you'll be selling drugs to teenage kids and girls, he was like, I'm good. You can miss me with all that,
right?
And then he said, whenever, because he was kind of talking about, because I think he was on, was it Five magazine or one of the magazines or whatever, but Complex magazine maybe. But he was being interviewed and he was talking about like doing that. He's like, nah, I didn't want to take that role because I want to be, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not trying to sell fictional drugs to kids or whatever. And then he also talked about like that when he was working with Robert De Niro, the De Niro was just like, hey man, you're fucking it up, like get better or whatever. And he was just like, oh shit, man, like I fucked up, like in front of Bob De Niro out of all people. And he goes, nah, I'm just fucking with you, man. You're doing great. Keep up the good work, kid, or something like that, man. He's just like, I was shook to be in his presence and like, filming a movie with him and stuff. So, which did you know what movie he's in? Action Bronson is in the movie, man.
I know. I remember seeing it. I can't think.
It's with Bob De Niro, man. Bob De Niro. Robert De Niro's in it.
I can't remember.
It's the Irishman.
That's right. Yeah.
Bronson's
that's a long
like
movie, though, so it's hard to remember everyone that's in that movie.
Yeah.
That movie's like 4 hours long.
Dude, I don't know how sometimes I can sit down and watch an entire movie, and then sometimes I have a hard time watching fucking trailers. As you always text me, you're like, dude, did you watch the trailer? I'm like, no. But I watched a 4-hour movie yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I do that all the time, man. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, yeah, I gotta watch this trailer later. Like, because usually when I'm like on Twitter or whatever, I'm like doing it like just like randomly or whatever. Like I'm just like, oh, I'm waiting for my computer to load, so I'll pull it up real quick or something. And like as it's sitting there loading, I'll see the trailer and I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta send this to myself. So I'll send it to myself or I'll like it, and then I'll try to go back and like watch it or something like that, man. It happens like that. So. But yeah, I mean, that's why I don't ever watch the trailer, because I'm always like, yeah, I'll go back and watch it. And then when you tell me about them, I'm like, I should probably watch it right now.
Speaking of going back and watching something.
Yeah, man. But no, so just, kind of going back into, our numero. Pues déjame a ver. Es que voy a regresar en español por este, amigo. Okay? Bueno, pues.
Okay. Sí.
But no, man, just to kind of like get back to our, our usual topics of movies and TV shows and stuff, man. There was a few trailers that kind of came out, man, and then just some, other news within some media outlets out there. But first, man, the first trailer we want to talk about, and Derek, I know it's something that you're extremely excited about, is the Barbie trailer. It is finally dropped.
Again?
No, it's not.
Is there another trailer?
Yes, there is. The She-Hulk trailer, man. The She-Hulk trailer finally dropped, man.
Yeah.
What are some of your initial thoughts, Derek?
It looks good. I can't wait. I think it's going to be good. It's got, Abomination in it. It's got Bruce Banner's back in it. Jamila Jamil plays the villain, so she's cool. I'm excited to see her in the role.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's got some good humor to it. There's some funny moments. That closing shot where she carries the dude to the bed and like hits his feet on the lamp. That I think that looks funny. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. I know there's one thing that I read about it. Like people were like, one thing people notice is Bruce Banner's character keeps changing from Endgame. So remember at Endgame he did the snap and he messed up his arm. And but before that, he said when they first introduced him as Professor Hulk, he said that he merged the Hulk and Bruce Banner, and that was his that was him now. He was Professor Hulk. So then he had the sling, and then at the end of Shang-Chi in the after credits scene, they showed Bruce Banner with the sling.
Oh yeah.
So now how did he turn back from Professor Hulk to Bruce Banner when he said that he was like permanently Professor Hulk? And he had the sling on. And now in this trailer, he's Professor Hulk again, and his arm is fine. Or so that's one of the things that people had noticed, like picked up on.
So that it could be possibly pre-snapped in.
Or
it's like right after the snap, but before the events of Endgame.
Before he does the snap to reverse it. Or maybe it's a Bruce Banner from a different multiverse.
No, for sure.
So I don't know if they're going to explain it in the show, or if we're just got to make our own assumptions. But other than that, man, I'm really excited for it, and to find out that it's going to be dropping in August. That's that's pretty exciting to hear. That it's we're that close to it.
You said no, man. Like the fact that it's like in August, they released a trailer and stuff. But just like you, man, I think the humor is gonna be fantastic, man. I think that what's up? Sorry. I think the humor is gonna be great, man. I think the dynamic between her and like Hulk and just kind of like the topic, right? She's like in her 30s. She's kind of like not necessarily having like a midlife crisis, but probably trying to find herself and stuff. Because she talks about even like dating and things of that nature. And trying to get back out there and try to change her life, and just it's gonna be like it kind of has the feel of like Bridesmaids, but maybe not, obviously not as rated R, but also just like it seems like I'm excited for it, man. It seems like it's very funny, very on that comedic, joking, but also have like just an equal amount of like action, but also like with her Hulk, right, her cousin, to sit there and help her to walk through her powers and kind of like find herself. It's amazing. The only thing that I kind of saw that was like, I mean, it doesn't bother me, man. CGI, but a bunch of people were like kind of clowning on the CGI. They said the CGI was better for like they were putting comparisons between Thanos and her, and they were like, oh yeah, like the CGI is not great. Like Thanos' CGI was better than hers or something like that.
Oh,
so or maybe it was vice versa. But no, I think that was it. I think they were just like hating on the CGI. But besides the CGI, just besides the look of it or anything like that, 100%, man, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be funny, man. Back to they're getting a little dark right now. They need to go back to some happiness.
and why is Abomination like in like that? Like why is he like captured in that capsule?
Yeah.
Like remember in Shang-Chi, he was like in that fight club with So
with Wong, like, he's fighting Wong.
Yeah, right? With Wong. So what? I don't understand like the continuity. I don't know how to say it.
Like him just continuing his character
like in
the world.
Is he like a free man? He can go and come and go as he please, or is he like like I don't know?
Is he a captive of theirs?
Yeah, maybe they'll explain it.
You're like, I just want more Abomination, but I don't want. I want like more of him, but less of him.
And I like how they used that. They brought the actor that played the that was Abomination in the Hawk movie.
Yeah,
with Edward Norton.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. I forgot.
That's him when they show him sitting before they show like when he's in his human form.
It's Tim Roth.
Yeah, Tim Roth.
Oh shit! I didn't like. You're absolutely right. I didn't even put two and two together. Like I saw his character, I was like, "Oh, cool, Tim Roth's here. I wonder what he's doing here." But it's the Edward Norton.
Yeah,
like Obama.
So that's cool,
dude. That is awesome to bring. Man, I love when they're like, I love how they're doing this. They're gonna bring like, oh man, I love how they're doing this, which makes me think of like other characters in other shows, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm gonna leave
it alone. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, August is right around the corner, really.
We got that, and then so many other shows. I know I don't
Obi-Wan next Friday.
Man. Stop, Derek. Stop,
And then
Derek.
there was another trailer that for something that comes out in like 2 weeks.
What comes out in 2 weeks, Derek?
The Boys season 3. Did you
Uh,
watch the trailer for that?
I did not.
Man,
I thought I want to say I did watch it though, man. Did I watch
I
it?
think they had like a teaser a couple months back,
No, then
but
I
this is
watched the
like the
teaser.
official trailer.
No, I didn't watch the official trailer, man. It's like
Yeah,
I'm asking myself. Tell me about it,
it's
man.
it's gonna be good. You get to see some of Soldier Boy's powers.
Ooh.
There's gonna be a lot of like. There's already a lot of violence in the first 2 seasons, but there's just gonna be it's gonna keep on going. Like violence is just gonna keep on coming.
Oh, dude,
So I
100.
see in one of in the trailer, someone gets dropped off a building. I don't know who it is. Um, they're gonna introduce some more characters. In the trailer they showed someone with like wings, like a bug kind of, and he's like
Oh.
trying to run away from somebody, and he's like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!" So it looks like this probably gonna get splattered quick. Yeah, it's gonna
It's gonna be the first 5 minutes of the first season.
probably yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll never
Yeah.
forget people explaining that they're like, "Oh, you've ever seen The Boys?" And this was like before I had watched it. I was like, "No," I was like, "I've always wanted to watch it. It sounds kind of cool or whatever." And like the only thing they could tell me was just like, "Oh my god, like this dude's girlfriend gets exploded," and I'm all like, "Yeah, whatever." They're like, "No, like she gets hit, like her hands are left in his hands." And again, I just like maybe they weren't like selling it well enough or something.
Yeah.
Then I watch it and was like, "What in the world? Like, what did I just witness?" And I was like, if this is the beginning of this series, like, what the hell is the rest of it going to be? And it just blew me away. Violence from like beginning to end in every episode, but again, good storytelling as well.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
development. You get to see like, you get to see.
I mean, it's like in this season, it's
like,
like Homelander's just going farther and farther out the deep end. Like,
oh man.
Again, like I'm sure it's going to come to the point where remember was in the second season where he had that fantasy where he like laser eyed all that crowd, and then it was just like they snapped into reality, and he was like, I think like at some point he might actually do something like that in the season. It seems like
it sounds like Untouchable, man, or something like that.
Yeah,
like where the dad's just gonna fucking murder everybody. He's just gonna. Yeah. That's how it's gonna end. It's just him destroying everybody, and then like another alien's gonna come and stop him finally or something.
But yeah, I can't wait for that.
That comes out in 2 weeks.
June 3rd.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah,
shit, man.
There's so much coming out this summer. It's just gonna be crazy with movies and TV shows.
I hope you're ready, bro. I hope you're ready.
It's a lot. It's a lot to get ready for.
Yeah, another teaser trailer today that was released was a movie called 3,000 Years of Longing.
I heard about that with Idris Elba, right?
With Idris Elba. It just dropped like maybe an hour ago. But George Miller is the director. Do you remember George Miller, Derek? He's the one who directed the most recent Mad Max film.
Okay, yeah.
But like in this little 45 seconds of teaser, it shows so much. You're like, what the F is going on? It seems like it's like maybe during the Greek times or Roman times or something, right? They're wearing like togas, and it seems kind of like some old mythology or something like that, like Greek mythology that's kind of happening, but maybe not exactly Greek mythology because obviously like they don't want to take from that, or probably they don't want to. But yeah, man, like some good stuff. Some good stuff is coming out there, man. But yeah, looks kind of interesting. Also, kind of talking about Stranger Things. You said you don't watch Stranger Things, right? You haven't seen it, didn't watch it.
I think I watched the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know the most recent season is coming out, and it's supposed to be the last season. And I think I read that the last 2 episodes, so episodes 7 and 8, are supposed to be like hour long. No, not hour long. They're supposed to be like movie long episode, which I'm always a big fan of if they do it right. Because remember, I think Game of Thrones, like their last season, like was supposed to be like super long in some of the episodes, and they were, man, but did they live up to that? Not necessarily, but we'll see how Stranger Things kind of comes out, man. It should be pretty good. But
yeah.
Also, another show that's coming out on HBO Max is Velma. So I believe it's supposed to be based off of Scooby Doo, and Mindy Kaling is like the writer of the show. And just seeing the still of the film, it was like Velma in the girls' locker room. There's a girl who has like soap on her breast and her vagina, and there's a dead body on the ground with the head completely off and no brain.
What?
it seems like it's gonna be, think of like Big Mouth, but maybe less vulgar, but definitely rated R. So like animation pushed to the max, man. But it's supposed to be on HBO okay, no pun intended, but HBO Max. It's supposed to be on that platform, and then like new episodes are supposed to come out. I don't know exactly what dates, but it's supposed to be like again based on Velma from Scooby Doo. It's supposed to be rated R. Looks very very interesting, man. So something I'll kind of check out. Some other things within the Marvel world. Marvel recently reported that Loki was the most watched show that they've released so far. Which again makes sense. Again, Tom Hiddleston is a great actor, and for him to be like such a pivotal role in the movies and eventually make the transitions to the TV shows.
And you got Owen Wilson.
Oh, and you got Owen Wilson in there, man.
Wow.
That's good, Owen Wilson. Him in there. I think that again it makes sense why it was such a popular show. Some other things too. I don't know if you knew this, man, but Daniel Craig was supposed to play Mr. Fantastic in a movie.
Really?
Yep. But he backed out due to COVID, man. He said that there were some COVID spikes and stuff, but he was supposed to be Mr. Fantastic, which would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have seen him as Mr. Fantastic. The person they eventually went with, I'm a fan of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know if like Daniel Craig would have been able to replace
It's hard to picture him as Mr. Fantastic.
Right? Like I don't know.
I really can't see him as in really anything in the MCU. Like I'm so used to him being Bond.
Same here. Like for me, he's stuck as Bond forever.
And I know he's done other stuff, and I've seen him in other stuff. He was in what was that one with Adam Driver?
Not Lucky Logan.
Yeah, Lucky Logan.
Lucky Logan, yeah.
Yeah, he was good in that. And Knives Out, he was good in that.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to see him in like a superhero type role. Like something that's not grounded in like of course everything, all of it's fictional that he, Bond and all this, but like it's a little more grounded than like say a Marvel movie,
Yeah. Well, Michael Keaton got stuck as the Bat for life. Or not for life, for a very long time.
Yeah.
He said it kind of messed up his career. And again, they eventually made a play out of it called Birdman. Well, play/movie out of it called Birdman, right? Which was kind of based loosely on him like being Batman for so long that it was hard for him to kind of transition into like other roles because all people kind of expected him to be Batman. So I wonder if Daniel Craig has kind of pigeonholed himself in the same light.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to imagine him.
Yeah. But speaking of Daniel Craig and like Knives Out, man, Knives Out second number 2. Netflix is saying that they're going to do a theatrical release of it exclusively for theaters for 45 days. So I wonder if they're going to try to make that transition to stop putting it on not necessarily not stop putting it on there, but maybe start putting it more in theaters, get some people to get out and watch it, and then eventually come back to the platform. But I don't know if they're going to, do both. I don't know if they'll show it in theater and on the streaming service, but I don't know, man. Netflix is laying people off. Like a lot of things are happening on Netflix, man, and it's not looking bright right now. So I know a lot of things are kind of happening and changing for them, so we'll see how that works for them, man. But they are losing subscribers left and right. People don't want to like continue to subscribe, and then they're even talking about adding ads, which is a whole nother thing, man. So Netflix is out there doing some wild things, but
and trying to charge people for sharing their password and all that stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to crack down on that a lot more. So if they do it, cool. I get it. I know I probably won't have Netflix anymore after that. So
yeah,
it's been real. Thank you, appreciate you. Some other trailers I released, man. The Predator prequel trailer.
Yeah, Prey. I saw it was like a 30-second clip or something like that, or like a minute-long clip or something like that.
Scary shit.
Yeah, right.
They look like indigenous people or something. They just have like little loincloths and stuff, and guys trying to they know they're being chased or something, or they're being like chased by something that's in the jungle. And they run out, and like you just see the 3 dots or the dots of like the red dots on this forehead, and you just hear the noise, and that's how like the teaser ends or whatever. But always been a fan of the Predator films. Oh, that was another thing too. In that chapter of the book that I read, Movies and Other Things, it was like, would a movie? And he presented it like this. He's like, would movies be better with The Rock in them? And one of the things he suggested was Predator, if like you replaced him and Arnold. But he was just like, no, I think that the movie wouldn't be as good. But what if you replace The Rock with the Predator versus Arnold in their prime or something like that. And he was just kind of speculating it, but he said that a movie would not be better. It would be worse if you would change out The Rock from like the Predator guy or whatever, just because the Predator was awesome there. But Predator would be a good film. Or I think the Predator prequels should be a good film. The last one they released wasn't that great though, even though it had a lot of promise in it, man. In my opinion, I don't know if you remember watching it.
Was that the one with where they were on the planet? They were getting hunted.
No, it was another one. They're like, it's like you get like assassins. It's like different character, like different like people who have different backgrounds, which I think it was similar to the maybe it was because there's one with like Adrian Brody. He's like the lead guy, which again out of all.
Yeah, isn't that the latest one?
No, there's another one that came out after that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah. I can't remember what it. The most recent Predator film. I'm gonna have to Google this real quick. But it wasn't. I forgot who the lead character was. It maybe Josh Brolin was in it. No. Let's see the most recent Predator film. It was called Predator. It came out in 2018.
Oh.
Who was in the film? It grossed 160 million. Okay. It got a 5.3 on IMDb. Did not do that well. Who was in the film? Olivia Munn was in it.
What?
Keegan-Michael Key was in it too. I forgot he was in. He was actually kind of funny in the movie. Yeah, there really wasn't like a lot of famous people. I think it was Josh Brolin for some reason, but Keegan-Michael Key was in it. Olivia Munn was in it. Tom Jane was in it. The Predator, or no, the Punisher, the first movie Punisher that was like really popular. But that movie, yeah, that was the most recent one. It came out in 2018, and that one was not great. I thought it was going to be a lot better, but whatever. But that should be coming out. We'll keep an eye on that. Some other things within there. Mando, they officially said that it should be coming out either late 2022 or early 2003 or 2023. So we're hoping to kind of see that. But yeah, man, those are. Oh, and I think Black Mirror season 6 is in development. I think they were supposed to have more episodes as well because I think the first one only had 3 episodes. Yeah. Or sorry, the most recent season, so season 5, only had like 3 episodes. But they're hoping. I think Netflix greenlit them to have more episodes or something.
That's crazy to do. Why would you like? You might as well just do a continuation of the previous season.
Yeah, that's not a season. 3 episodes is not a season.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what classifies a season, but that's not a season.
Yeah, for real.
Or something.
Has there been any news on any upcoming Rick and Morty seasons?
I did see something about a Rick and Morty anime or something like that. Did you see that?
I saw that.
They approved them to have like a Rick and Morty anime or something.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything for dates.
No dates or anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that I kind of saw recently about the Rick and Morty universe of the world or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Because when did season 5 end?
Maybe the end of last year, right?
I think was it November?
I think so.
Yeah, because it's been a while. Season 5 ended in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Nothing more, right?
Nothing concrete.
We'll see how it works out, man. But no.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep watching. Keep our ear out on that, man. But no, that's all kind of the updates I had for us, Derek. Did you have any other updates, man?
So I did want to mention something I told you the other day. The pre-orders started for the new color cases for the PlayStation 5.
Ooh.
So the purple, the blue, and the pink.
Yeah.
So they released June 17th. Pre-orders are live now, so
If
if
you
you have a
haven't gotten it,
PS5 and you want to change that color, I
go.
got my pre-order.
You said you got the purple, right?
Yeah, the purple to match that purple controller I got.
Dude,
Yeah, the
that's
purple looks clean.
yeah. I can't wait
The
for you to
the
get it, man. You
you
have to
know
send me a
the
photo.
blue is just too, I don't know, too much of a pastel for me. The pink is
Mm,
just too bright. I like that purple.
no, for sure,
And
man.
and every how many consoles that we have that were black for PlayStation, like
Forever,
since PS1 basically.
forever, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the white. I mean, it's a I like the choice of white for this one, but I think the purple's going to look really cool.
No,
So
for
I'm
sure.
excited to get mine.
No, man, no, that sounds exciting. I have to go back and see what colors they had. I remember seeing the purple, and I want to say they had other colors, but I got to go back and see. And you could
Yeah,
actually
there's like
like
a
take the
baby blue and then there's like a hot pink.
like you can oh no you can take the like the face like the whole thing off, right? It's not like something
Yeah, it
you just
slides
put.
right off. It's really easy.
Oh shit, okay.
And Vic said he's getting the blue,
Oh nice. Yeah, that means
but
I
I
have to get
told
the
him,
pink.
I guess so. I guess you got
I
to do
get the hot
pink.
pink. Hey
Handle
man.
up.
Hey, I got you. I got you. Gonna make it happen, man.
But
What else you
yeah,
got, man?
other than that, that's all I got.
All right, cool, man. We are going to go to the corner of questions. I got a few. I got a few for you, man. We'll see. We'll see how we do with this one. Okay. Let's see if I can
Oh,
ask
real
you.
quick, I got something for you. So,
What you got?
if Bruce Banner rents a car
Oh shit.
and during the time that he's driving the car, he becomes the Hulk,
Uh huh.
is he still covered under his insurance for the car, or does he have to add the Hawk to the insurance on the car as an additional driver?
Oh, that's a mind fuck. Ooh, wouldn't he get away with it? Technically, because like if he transitions in the Hulk, then like does he have to? Do they have like extra warranty against that? Like,
Right.
is he covered for that? Because then it brings me back to the question where I remember I like somebody told me about all the damage that they do to like buildings and stuff, like all the villains and the superheroes and stuff,
Yeah.
and like do all this damage and like how much it would cost to recover, and like the
Yeah.
damage that they do like outweighs what like it would literally put them in a like financial debt for
Yeah.
countries forever. Like they would become third world countries afterwards or something like that
To rebuild.
to rebuild everything like this. So I don't know, man. I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be charged for it. Like if the Hulk f's it up, then not saying that they shouldn't let it go, but the Hulk should pay for it, not Bruce Banner, because technically he's two people, not one. And it depends on how he's registered within the U.S. government.
All
I don't
right.
think he could
Does
register
the Hawk have to get a separate license from Bruce Banner?
and a separate social security number.
Right. I saw. I think it was. I don't know if it was like a comedian telling the story or someone else telling the story, but they were saying that like when you rent a car, pretty much everything is covered under the insurance, minus the tires. So you could fuck the car up. And like someone said that they like literally burnt the car to the ground, but like it was all covered because the tires were still good.
No way.
And it's probably changed since then. This is years ago, and I can't remember if it was a comedian who was saying this or who was telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched it on something on TV on something or something like that. But
It sounds like those old wise tales or whatever, where
yeah,
they're just like,
I'm
oh
not going
yeah,
to test that out myself. I'm
yeah.
not going to wreck a rental car, bring back four good tires, and be like, "Hey, the tires are good."
I don't know where the
Can you
car
just
is.
write that off?
You just come back, you have like black soot like all over your face and body and stuff. And you're just
Just
like,
carrying four tires.
you're like, hey, bro, I don't know what happened, but I got the tires. We good? Can't get another car? I see ya, peace. And just
Yeah,
roll up.
I don't want to take the chance on that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you can try it, but let me know how it goes.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, Derek. So let's get into these questions, man. I have a few for you. I promise they won't be as effed up as they were last time, but we're gonna try to make it tough for you as always, man. All right. Number one, man. We got the Big Mac or the Whopper. Which one are you going with, man? They both are
That's not
crappy.
I stopped eating all that stuff.
I
So
know they're both crappy, but if you had to choose
see, I
one,
used to like to get the Whopper just because you could like take stuff off and add stuff before, like, and it was no big deal. Like, Burger King's slogan used to be "Your way" or something like that.
yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
and with like with McDonald's, it's harder to get them to change the food
Mm-hmm.
or the way they put it together. Like it's the two patties, it's the cheese, it's the special Thousand Island dressing sauce and the lettuce and all
Yeah.
that crap. Uh, I'd probably go with Whopper, especially with the way Big Mac.
Hey!
Like when you like the first bite, like everything falls out the back end because the way it's stacked so high.
Yeah, they
The
stack.
Big Mac's kind of wider,
Yeah.
so it's easier to keep everything in there.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, cool. We're gonna go with the Whopper then. Me too, man. Uh, now are you gonna go with again, man? I'm going fast food here with you. Uh, Chick-fil-A fries or McDonald's fries?
Oh, as good as Chick-fil-A fries are, I'd have to say McDonald's fries. They're addictive.
Oh
Those things are like
shit.
crack, man.
Okay, okay. All right, man. If you had a choice between these two cars, Lamborghini or Ferrari?
Lambo.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah,
Lambo.
I was never really a big fan of Ferraris. And I saw one the other day at work. There's a right up the block from my building
Mhm.
is this exclusive club for like the white rich folk of Detroit, and there was a black Ferrari parked out front.
If you guys didn't know, Derek is not rich white folk. So,
Yeah, that's
as a
not
matter of
me.
fact, he's not white folk either. He doesn't identify as a. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I wouldn't even pick like a Lamborghini supercar. I want the SUV. I want that Lambo
Oh
SUV. That thing
shit.
is sick.
Okay. What about
And
Lambo
I've
or
seen one
Porsche?
driving around here.
What about Lambo or Porsche?
A Lambo.
Sorry,
Unless it's like the Porsche GT Carrera, like that long body one. Like
no,
you
I
see
got
too many Porsches, you know what I mean?
yeah. It's like, shit. My dryer was gonna keep going off if I didn't like turn that sucker off. So I was like, let me keep because he's just like, I'm just like, I don't need people to like hear this shit in the back, man. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
It's not your special toys.
You said what?
It's not your special toys.
Oh my god, no, man, no, Derek, no, that's awful, completely awful. All right, man. Let's see what I got next for you. Do you do earbuds or over the head ear headphones?
Over the ear. I can't. Earbuds hurt my ears after like 5 minutes. I'm like, these things suck. Like my ears are hurting on the inside.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm
And
not
I
doing
feel
it.
these are more noise canceling. Like these are my Sonys that I use like when I travel.
Mm-hmm.
They're Bluetooth and like I could like flip a switch or like push a button and like blocks out everything.
Got noise canceling. Love it.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. I think I may have asked you this question, but I want to ask you it anyways. Steve Young or Joe Montana?
Montana.
Oh shit! Why Montana?
I mean Steve Young was great. And he had some big shoes to fill. He followed after Joe Montana, but I mean, just like he's Joe Cool, you know?
I mean, as the name Joseph, yes. As myself
Right.
having the name Joseph and being a
Like,
bro, I'm 100% understand.
the catch, against Dallas, Dwight Clark, like he stayed in there and hung in there and threw that ball into the end zone to win that game.
You're like, this is my guy. This is my guy. G.I. Joe or oh my gosh, hold on one second. I just lost the gosh dang name. G.I. Joe or Transformers?
Oh, Transformers all the way.
Ooh, nice.
I love some
Okay.
Transformers. I got a box of them downstairs in the basement in boxes.
Optimus Prime or who's the villain for the
Megatron?
Megatron.
I like the villain, man.
Oh shit!
My favorite Transformer is a villain. Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave, man.
Yeah, I love Shockwave.
Do you like the movies?
I hate how like they made him look. Like the Michael Bay ones, they look so stupid.
Okay.
And they even like when they introduced Shockwave, his gun was on the wrong arm. Like, how do you mess that up? And even in the first one, they started messing up from the very beginning. Like you remember when they showed the tank,
Mm-hmm.
the Decepticon tank,
Yep.
and they called him Devastator.
Yeah.
It's not Devastator. That's Brawl. Devastator is a combiner. Like, how do you mess these simple things up?
Yeah.
Like, someone should have slapped the shit out of Michael Bay when he was when he was writing this stuff up. Like, do you ever watch Transformers?
All right, D. Next question: camping or glamping?
I'll go camping.
Okay.
Like, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go all the way.
He's like, I don't want no Wi-Fi.
I mean, I did it in the Army for 12 years. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, but you just slept on the dirt. That's different.
One night I slept on the on the tailgate of a metal trailer in the rain.
Oh God!
In my sleeping bag with like the end of it was like canvas and propped up with a pole, so I wouldn't get completely wet.
The canvas help?
Mad cold though.
Is it the canvas help?
I mean, it kept most of the rain off me, but our sleep. Well, you know what? This is before the 3-layer sleeping bags, so it was that thing was wet by the next morning when I woke up.
You're like, well, I'm just air this bitch out today.
It took forever to dry.
All right, cool, man. That's all the questions I have for today, man. It's a short corner question hour segment today, man. So I got to come up with some better ones for you next time. But I appreciate you participating as always, my brother. But if you don't got nothing else, my man, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, man. Well, thank you, everybody who listens to the podcast. We appreciate you. We hope you guys have a good week. Have a safe weekend this weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Watch some good TV. Watch some good movies. Go watch some good, some good podcasters named Joseph and Derek. We appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. But it's Derek.
There's some playoffs going on right now. NBA, NHL.
Hey, man, some good sports go out there. Shit, baseball. We hit 5 home runs in an inning, whatever, trash cans, whatever you want to say that. Screw you, Derek. Anyways, no, thank you, everybody who listens. Appreciate you, Derek, man. Hold it down. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph, for being here as usual. Thank you, everybody that listens to the podcast, watches the podcast on YouTube, all that good stuff. Stops by our website when you have a chance, we3bros.com. Yeah, get out there and do some stuff. And if you want to reach us, we have a contact us on our website, and you have questions, we'll answer them. Or if you want to leave comments on Podbean, we see those too. So you want to ask us any questions, you want to join in the convo, let us know. And next week we might have a surprise for you. So you have to come back next week to see it and listen and hear it. So everybody have a good weekend, and we'll catch you on the next episode.